recently bought, you know. But it really intrigued me, and I love the cover. Goes backwards. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on each book, but this was a very interesting one. It intrigued me a lot, like kind of what this book was about. So it's like a cross between like a literary fiction and a sci-fi novel. Like it's written like a literary fiction, like it's very kind of well written, but it is about like time travel. It is British, so it's part of like the British military, I guess. They have this like secret project going on where they've brought back five people from different centuries. So one woman from the 17th century, one from the 18th century, one from the 19th, one from the 20th, and then there was one that they like doubled up on. But and it's about a woman. We never like actually really know her name. I think her name is Kat, but she is what is called a bridge. She works for the Ministry of Time, and what a bridge does is helps these like time travelers that have been brought to like present day, helps them, like lives with them and helps them kind of get used to living in this time. So the concept is really cool. Although I found it like a little bit confusing. I don't know if it was the cross between like the genre and the way it was written, but I didn't always know exactly what was going on. But yeah, loved the concept, loved the characters. There was like a subtle romance. It ended more romance than it started. It also ended kind of sad, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, I think I rated it 3 stars. I was more excited by the concept than I was, unfortunately, with the book itself. But yeah, it's not like too long. 3:35. Okay. Excuse me. Moving on. So I have my notes in front of me so I can remember everything. Okay, next book. Oh, I still have my bookmark in there. Ignore that. This written by Christina Lauren, which is 2 people, by the way. This is the Soulmate Equation. I'm still trying to figure out like a good way to like have me and my mic without it being in the way, and my books, because I prefer to like be like this, but then this is in the way. So I don't know, just bear with me while I like figure it out. So when I do this, maybe I need to put my mic on the other side. I don't know. Anyways, the Soulmate Equation. So I chose this book because months ago now I did a video where I picked my TBR using a random number generator to pick books on my shelves to read that I wouldn't normally pick, and I'm glad I did that because this was one of them, and I want to do another video like that, but I will not until I finish reading all the ones that I picked the first time, which I think makes sense. So this is one of them. Christina Lauren is or I guess multiple people are well known like rom-com romance like romance books, definitely more rom-coms. The only thing with them is that they're always so like not predictable, but they always seem to have the same like couple meets, and then like years pass and then they get back together and then they're like strangers or friends, and then something bad happens and they're like, oh no, they're not gonna be together, but you know they are, and then they get back together and everything's fun and happy, but it's still fun. So anyways, this book is about Jess and River, and Jess is a statistician. She works with the statistics, and she ends up giving her like DNA to this new dating company that uses your DNA to genetically make matches with you, and she ends up matching with this man who she sees around, who is also like one of the owners of this company, and she is like, what is going on? Like, they like really match. So it's like about them trying to be like, is this real? Is this fake? It's like a little bit fake dating, but very well written. It was very fun, kept my attention like right from the start. Enjoyable, easy read. Yeah, contemporary fiction, just a good little romance. Yeah, I have some more of their books that I am now looking forward to get into as well. Okay. Next is what took me. I'm gonna scooch like this way. I'm gonna scooch like this way just a little bit, and then I could put the book here for now. Hopefully, yeah, I'm still in the middle. Okay, anyways, this book took me almost all month to read. I finished reading it yesterday. That is House of Flame and Shadow, the third Crescent City novel, written by Sarah J. Maas. I finally got to it. She's chunky. She's like 850 pages, I believe. So I won't tell you exactly I won't tell you exactly the plot of this one because it's the third book, you know. But I'll let you know my thoughts on it. Oh wait, I didn't tell you my ratings for these. They were both Ministry of Time. Did I say 3-star? And this one 3.5. Like, I did like this. So that's good. Okay. So back to House of Flame and Shadow. Very good. So much always happens in these books, like to the point where it can be a little overwhelming. Like, there are so many different POVs, especially in the first, like, probably that much before they kind of come together a little bit. There's so many characters, so many POVs. Like, each chapter has like 3 or 4 like chapters and POVs within each of them. So there's a lot going on. But I think I kept up pretty well. This was actually the first Crescent City book that I physically read the copy of. The other two, the first two, I've read twice, but on audiobook. So it was nice to actually read it, and because especially with fantasy, I feel like I absorb more and can really take my time with actually reading it. Then actually seeing all the names and stuff was nice too. So yeah, I said so good. I was in deep. Yeah, mini POV, high fantasy, set in a modern world. If you don't know much about Crescent City, this book goes very deep like you learn so much. Like I feel like almost every question was like answered in this, but I don't think that this was the last one. Like you learn about the history of their world, about their people, about like so many things, different worlds. It was all very fascinating, but so much information. Like I feel like every chapter you were like thrown a whole bunch of new information. It was like, I can't see, there's so much information, but it was also very cool to like learn all of that backstory. Yeah, there was a major thing that happened at the end of the second book, like major, and I was so excited to see like where Sarah went with that in this one, and it was like, I was slightly disappointed with where it led and then just kind of stopped, but then something else happens, so that wasn't too bad. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And then kind of near the end, it kind of started to get a little bit unbelievable, like almost too much good stuff was happening, like power was being thrown at people, like everyone was getting this unbelievable power. I'm like, alright, not every character needs to be OP, like it was kind of wild. But I love these characters. Bryce, like I read some reviews after I've read the book, and like some people are saying how they like are annoyed by Bryce, and she's like a pick-me girl and like a bitch and annoying and all this. Honestly, I love Bryce. I think she's so like outspoken and like just funny. Like I actually laughed out loud a number of times while reading this, just from things that like she said. So I enjoy her. So yeah, I rated it a 4.5 stars. I enjoyed my time reading it, and I enjoyed all of the answers that we got. Okay, so next book I read on Kindle Unlimited, just on my phone, but I brought a book of the same genre to act as a placeholder. And the book that I read is yet another Frida McFadden book. All of her books are on Kindle Unlimited. Like, please just go read them. They're all like easy, fast-paced, like thrillers, psychological thrillers. Some are better than others, yes. But yeah, I'm working my way through all of her books. So this month, or last month, I read The Housemaid is Watching, and I'll put it the cover here for you. And this is actually, I think it's still her newest release. I just saw today she has another book coming out. I'm like, girl, slow down. Slow down. Yeah, it only came out like officially in June. The third book in the Housemaid series, there's The Housemaid's Secret, and now The Housemaid is Watching. The first two books are like my favorite books of hers, so I was really excited to read The Housemaid is Watching. And I like how this book was completely different from the first two, in the sense that the main character Millie is no longer a housemaid. So this book takes place, I want to say like 15 years later. She's now married. They have 2 kids, and they're moving into a new house, like moving away from New York into their own like real home. And they're so excited, and they have 2 neighbors, one who seems very interested in her husband and one who is super nosy. That's all I really want to say. Like, she's so good at like little things start happening and you're like, oh, I wonder what's causing that, I wonder just started happening. Like, I have no connection to the characters, you know? So I really enjoyed that. And then like little things start happening, and then they escalate, and yeah, there's always plot twists. The plot twists were interesting in this one. I don't know, but no, they were still good. I'm trying to remember all of them. Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, psychological thriller. The kid. Oh yeah, one thing that I didn't love was like there are some chapters with one of the kids, and then like whenever the kids would speak, like they seemed a lot older than they were meant to be in the books. Like the way they spoke, I'm like, I don't feel like kids this age would speak this way. You know what I mean? Or maybe they're just like very intelligent, but that's whatever. 4-star. Very much enjoyed, and I think that's it for that series. Like I think it's a trilogy, which makes sense. I think it's perfect, just like that. Next, Buke was this book. I don't actually think I've had it in a book haul yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was sitting in the pile of books that I haven't like put in a video yet. But I really wanted to give Emily Henry another go because I have read, I think, all of her previous books. Our newest book, Funny Story, just released, but all the books before, Happy Place, I've read and I enjoyed them. They're rom-coms, like funny, you know, enjoyed them, but I never fully understood the hype with her. So I wanted to give Happy Place a go. This came out last year. The cover is like, wow, it's very bright. One thing I knew before going into this is that it like wasn't the most happy of books, but I know that about Emily Henry. They're always a little bit deeper than the cover may suggest, which is good. I mean, I don't mind that at all. But yeah, this is definitely a rom-com between, like, the love interests are Harriet and Wynne. It is a second chance romance, and also like kind of fake dating. There's so much friendship. Like I did honestly fall for this book like right off the bat. I loved the friendship between Harriet and her two best friends. So her and Wynne are like, they were together for like 8 years. They were engaged. They broke up, but nobody knew. And then they all get back together for their yearly like cottage trip. But he wasn't supposed to come, but he ends up coming. And nobody knows that they're broken up, but now they need to like pretend like they're still together, which was like the kind of weird part. It's like, well, like just talk. Like that's my like least favorite trope, like miscommunication, and like where everything could be fixed if you just talked, you know. But like besides that, Emily Henry is an amazing writer. Like it's super duper well written. I love the banter in her books. Like it is funny. Like I laughed a few times out loud during this as well. Yeah, the banter between them all, between Harriet and Wynne, the friends, just it's great. So like with the miscommunication and stuff like that, like the plot was a little bit silly. Like just tell them and communicate, but nonetheless I still enjoyed. I think I rated it like 3.5. In my head it was 3.5 stars, but I put 3 stars on Goodreads. But I think I'm gonna do 4 because I did enjoy my time, and I want to keep. I want to get Funny Story now, and I honestly want to maybe give her other books another chance as well. So yeah, we'll go for it. Okay. Last book. This one was really random. I picked randomly as an audiobook. Yeah, I only have usually like a couple books I read a month are audiobook because I have such a long commute every day for work. Like I have to it just makes sense to do audiobooks. But I don't always have like money or credits for like a popular book or, you know, like a big book that I've been really wanting to read. So this one was really random. It's called Peril in Pink. Again, I don't have the actual book, so it's placeholder. So this is a cozy mystery. So it's a like whodunit murder mystery. It was very cute. Like the name of it, Peril in Pink. Like, what is that? I think it's a newer book. Like, there are only literally 3 ratings on it. It was like super cheesy, but I enjoyed my time listening to it. Just a cute, cozy little. It's weird that cozy mystery is a genre, but it totally is. Like, the main character is opening a little, not a bed and breakfast, a motel with her best friend, and like her, I think, high school boyfriend comes back, and he's kind of like this rock star now, and someone ends up turning up dead at the motel. And so yeah, it's a mystery, trying to figure out that. Is she gonna get back together with her ex? Like, all this. I think 3 stars. I rated it. Enjoyed my time. It was cute. It was cozy. But yeah, it was still cheesy and like fine. Okay. And those are all 6 books that I read in July. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I always get nervous making these videos because I am not known for my explanations of things. So I get anxious before and during filming these that I'm not going to explain books well, or that I'm going to explain them too much or not enough, or ramble or not make sense. It's bad. So I don't know, let me know. Do I explain them too much? Should I just tell you like how I felt about them? Should I explain them more? Should I read the backs of them? I don't know. I need to go. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you to my channel members. Make sure to leave suggestions for future videos. Sleep tight, and I will see you